Wake up with us, it's time to rise and shine. Morning mayhem's on the air, we're feeling fine. We got a motto, Tomlin and Mama Manning too. Bringing you the latest, there's nothing we can't do. Morning mayhem, it's a wild ride. Sports news and the daily updates, we're on your side. Special guests and interviews galore. We're taking over Woodland Regional, we're knocking down the door.
Good morning, Woodland, and welcome to May 16th. It's a Thursday. It's an A day, and it's probably going to be just as rainy as it was yesterday. Should be occasional showers like they were supposed to be yesterday, but that occasional shower seemed to be pretty straightforward to shower the entire day, and that looks a little bit more like it's going to do that again today. High somewhere in the 60s. We'll see how that goes. So if you're looking for a good spring day, today ain't that day. GSA has a game day meeting Monday, May 20th. It's going to be from 2 to 3 p.m. It's going to be in room 212. Make sure that you take a look for that. Don't forget to go by the media center. The pom-pom poll of the week is pool or beach. Pool or beach. I suppose either one is good enough for me.
Beach.
Beach. You?
Whatever I'm told to go to.
Oh, very good. There you go. Best Buddies Prom is May 31st. Tickets are on sale, $5 in the cafeteria during lunch waves. Last night was the 2024 alumni baseball game.
No, it's Sunday.
So it's Sunday. What was last night?
Nothing.
How'd you get a baseball? When did you were talking about getting a baseball?
Oh, no, the seniors were giving them out.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I overheard a conversation. So I was eavesdropping and I just got my information wrong. So, so the alumni game is Sunday. Let's see what else we got. Spring Fine Arts Night is tonight. Whoop, whoop. Thursday, May 16th, 5:30 to 7 p.m. It'll be down in the Fine Arts Hallway. There'll be drama, visual arts, and music. Make sure you're in attendance. Veteran Foreman is getting closer. It's May 23rd. It is going to be in the Media Center. Reach out to Mr. Collins or Ms. Stevens if you have any more information. And don't forget to return your books to the Media Center before the Media Center closes down. May 31st is that deadline. Let's make sure you get there. And listen to us every morning at 7 a.m. on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And if you missed any of the shows, you can find them on Spotify. Today's day in history. May 16th, 1929, was the first Academy Awards ceremony that took place in the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel in Los Angeles. What movie won for the first one? No, Wings.
Wings.
Not the television show.
Is that the Howard Hughes one?
Was it? I don't look that up. And in May 16th, 1966, the Beach Boys released their iconic album, Pet Sounds, that is regarded as one of the best albums of all time. And I knew like a good portion of the songs were on. I had to go listen to the album. I don't think I ever realized the name of the album was Pet Sounds. So also today, 2 movies released that you may know. A little cinematic piece called Top Gun. I don't know if anybody knows Top Gun.
Familiar.
All right, good job, Goose. And then the other one was Star Wars Attack of the Clones. They didn't release in the same year, of course, but those are 2 big days for May 16th. Birthdays, 1986 was Megan Fox, and 1944, Danny Trejo. You might know him from Machete and Dusk Till Dawn. Today's day is International Drawing Day. International Drawing Day, where you just draw. Find something to doodle on. So if you're in your notebooks or whatnot, you feel free to doodle away. You just tell your teacher that you're celebrating International Drawing Day. It is also National Piercing Day. So I'm not saying maybe go get something pierced, but I had to look it up, and it's the site that actually started it back in 2007 doesn't exist anymore. So I don't know if we're still celebrating it, but for those of you who have piercings, today is the day to champion those piercings.
We need to start a day.
We do.
The more and more I listen to these things, it's basically you just declare it a day and you start advertising.
If you get it on that website, National Day of.
So we'll figure out what we're starting.
Because they also have one called National Sea Monkey Day. That's today. One. And actually, I'm not going to lie. I did put one in my Amazon basket. I was going to try to get it here to have Sea Monkey for Sea Monkey Day. But then I got sidetracked, and there's no Sea Monkey for today. I'm sorry. So over to the sports desk with Mama Manning.
All right. On that note, no scores from yesterday, but we do have some makeup games today. So we have girls softball playing Pomperog. That's away at 4. We have boys tennis away at Noggy. That's 3:30 postseason play.
Well, it's going to be touch and go there, I think, with all the rain we're seeing.
Yeah, I think they're going to postpone. Those courts are wet. And of course, my Celtics
Oh, your Celtics.
crush the Cavs
Yeah.
by 15, 113-98, and they win that series 4-1.
Horford was on a run.
Oh, my guy, Big Al. So was White.
Yeah.
Popping threes left and right.
The whole team was throwing them up.
Yeah, Tatum heated up, and he was fine too.
Yep.
But the man of the night,
Man of the night.
Luka.
Oh, yeah.
I'm changing my name. My name is Luka.
Oh, I live on the second floor.
He exploded in a Mavs win 104-92. He had a triple-double,
Wow.
10 rebounds, 11 assists,
I didn't see this game. That's the one
and
I fell asleep
31
for.
points. Wow. They're up.
And my assumption is that they'll just be on again tomorrow and the day after.
Saturday's
because
the next game, 7 p.m.
it seems like these teams have been playing
Forever.
forever.
Yes, that's what happens when you tie up. You got to be like the Celtics. Win and get off. Get
Well,
off the courts.
If you go all 7, you have to win 28 games to
That's a
win a
lot.
championship.
That's a lot.
Or you can just beat them in 4 and then only win 16.
Yep.
That's a lot of games to have
And
to
we've
win.
got a lot of time to rest.
Right.
Porzingis will be healed by then. He'll be in the next series.
Because conference finals don't start until Monday.
Next week. So Nuggets play Timberwolves at 8:30 tonight. Knicks play tomorrow night against the Pacers.
All right.
Busy schedule.
Yeah. I don't have any updates on the NHL because I didn't make it all the way through.
No.
All right. And that's the sports with Mama Manning. Over to the news desk with Tomlin.
Morning, up top story Saturday. First off, follow up your request. Wings from 1927 is a film by William A. Wellman, starring Clara Bow, Charles Buddy Rogers, Richard Arlen, and Gary Cooper.
Oh, Gary.
Ooh.
So,
Coops.
I begin.
As his friends call him.
There you go.
Hemingway called him that.
Yeah, guess
There,
he was
there we go.
friends.
There we go. First off, this is a sad story perhaps for Mr. Amato and the rest of us who grew up in the 1980s. Last year, it was released on social media that Hasbro Labs was going to be relaunching the classic G.I. Joe USS Flag aircraft carrier.
The 8-footer?
Yep. So there was a viral video going online that it was going to be rebuilt as a bathtub.
Oh.
It has, however, been confirmed that this is AI spoof, not
Show
true.
that to the camera. Yeah.
Many people are very disappointed by this. It was teased that it would be released at this year's San Diego Comic-Con. So yeah, sorry to be the bearer of bad news to start the day. Furiosa, if anyone's familiar with the spin-off in the Mad Max universe, the Rotten Tomatoes scores debuts as the second lowest in franchise history. It has a Rotten Tomatoes score of 87%. Second lowest in the Mad Max franchise, but still receives praise for visuals and actions. This is part of the spin-off of creating the universe of Mad Max. So no fans.
No
Oh, no,
fans.
I enjoy a good Mad Max film now and again.
All right. Slovakia's prime minister is expected to survive the assassination attempt from yesterday. He is according to the secretary or the minister of defense, he is stable, having been shot multiple times in both the stomach and arm.
They have that on TV. That's scary footage.
President Biden and former President Trump have agreed to 2 presidential debates, one in June, one in September. This comes after both of them spurred the presidential debates committee, so they're going to be having their own side debates. Tentatively, June 27th on CNN and September 10th on ABC. Locations to be determined still. So originally there were supposed to be 3 scheduled later on. The 2 have agreed while trading barbs and insults that they've now publicly committed to definitely June 27th and most likely September 10th.
That's debatable.
Sticking with political news, the Supreme Court has ordered Louisiana to use the congressional map with the additional district that was drawn in 2024 vote. Supreme Court has ordered Louisiana to hold its congressional elections using this secondary map. after their first one was found illegal because of racial gerrymandering. Violence rages in New Caledonia as France rushes emergency reinforcements to its Pacific territory. This comes hours after France imposed a state emergency in the French Pacific territory. All eyes are on, going back to film news, all eyes are on Francis Ford Coppola in Cannes as his brand new multi-year production film titled
Wings.
Megalopolis.
Oh,
This is the one that he's been working on since the 70s.
Good try.
I'm hoping that, yeah.
He's doing a reboot of the 1927.
No, entirely different.
Academy
No,
Award winner.
not based after the greatest film ever made. This is his own side story about a city and a guy's quest to restore humanity after destruction. So maybe it's the same film. Who knows?
Sounds like the movie Idiocracy.
The top UN court is holding hearings on the Israeli military incursion into Rafah. This comes as today South Africa is expected to request the International Court of Human Rights to declare Israel's actions in Rafah a violation of human rights. Israel continues to maintain that everything they do follows UN standards. China and Russia reaffirm ties as Moscow presses offensive in Ukraine. And the U.S. military, and some happy news, U.S. military says the Gaza Strip Pure project is complete. Aid to soon flow as Israel-Hamas war rages on. There's your news.
All right. And that's the news with Tomlin. Our guest this morning is come to us from the skies, I guess you would say.
She has
Ava
good
Laudadio.
wings.
She has good wings. Pilot in training. Good morning.
Good morning.
What puts one on the path of becoming a pilot?
So, from a young age, I knew I wanted to work in the aerospace industry, and I think I was looking for an outlet. And so I ended up finding an airport, and they have a group there called the Experimental Aircraft Association. And so I started attending their meetings. They have monthly meetings, and it was a really great group of people. So there are airline pilots, like aerospace engineers, military from in the Air Force, so a lot of people from like different backgrounds, and they would go up and present, like talk about their experiences, what they do for a job, and you could just tell that they're all so passionate about it. And so it was nice to find like a group of people that had the same interests as me. They ended up offering a scholarship for kids to learn how to fly. And so I ended up applying for it my first year. There were also some other really great applicants. I ended up not getting it my first year. And so I was able to watch like the race scholar from that year sort of like go through her steps, getting her private pilot's license, and, all of the things that she experienced, the challenges she had to go through. So I'm happy I was able to sort of, understand more of what I was getting into. I applied again the second year, ended up getting it. And so I ended up starting trying to figure out who I would do my training with. Was a little bit of a jump, a challenge. So I started off with one flight instructor, she ended up moving out of the country. And so that sort of transitioned me, because I ended up having to relearn in a different aircraft. So I was originally in a Warrior with low wings. So then I transitioned to actually getting a position in the Civil Air Patrol, which, David Kenya, he was captain of. So I was able to get really lucky to get like a spot in their flight training program. Very grateful. They are pretty picky about who they want to invest their time in, and I've been fortunate enough to do my training with two really great instructors, and also in a technologically advanced aircraft. So that was really great too.
Did you fly at an early age? Were you on a plane when you were young?
Yeah. So when I was young, I was on like commercial aircraft. I got from like my birthday gift, like when I was 13, like they took me up in a light single engine aircraft, and I got to like do, flying around on my own a little bit. And so that's when I got hooked on it. But my parents were like, you need to figure it out, because it's, you need to get a scholarship, or you need to sign up with the airlines before we actually like invest in you getting a license. It's a big commitment financially and time wise. So So it was then sort of like in between that, just attending a lot of meetings and being sure that I wanted to actually pursue this. So
And you said you changed your aircraft. You had one that had lower wings and one
Yeah.
that had up. What's the difference in the aircraft when the wing placement is different? What made it different?
So the one that I originally started with was a low wing Piper Warrior, and it also had like all analog dials. So it was fine. It worked fine. They were a little older, so then I was able to transition to like a high wing Cessna. There's nothing really different about the wing placement, more just inside the cockpit. But this one has all like virtual dials and sort of like really fun, just like screens. So I was able to transition to like reading the older like analog ones to this plane has both, and it also has an autopilot feature, which is really great. Makes my life easier. But and it also I like the feeling of it flying better. It depends on the pilot. Yeah, but they do the same thing.
How many hours have you logged so far?
So I have a 101 hours.
Wow.
So I believe last time I checked. But that's sort of a combination between like flying a little bit when I was younger, and then now when I was like really training to get a license. So they sort of like added up over time. I wouldn't, they're all added up, but I wouldn't say all of them are necessarily like direct training hours. Direct training hours, I probably have about 70.
All right. Well,
So.
what's your favorite, takeoff or landing?
Definitely takeoff. Landing's a beast because you have to sort of if you have a crosswind coming in, you have to put one of your wings down, and you sort of have to definitely like assess the angle of the runway, and so it's a little more unpredictable. Which makes me a little nervous sometimes, but you sort of learn over time. The more that you do it, it becomes like habitual, like what you're supposed to do. You listen to where the wind is coming from and how strong it is, and then sort of learn how to assess it. But I think when I first started, it was really tough for me to grasp that, because I'm someone who I like 1, 2, 3 like steps, and takeoff is very not simple, but
Sequential. Yeah.
sequential.
Yeah.
And so when you're up there and the weather could change like this, learning to adapt to that and learning how to handle that was definitely a huge challenge for me. And so I definitely still prefer takeoff because it's a little more predictable. Yeah.
What are your plans for after June?
So I'm going to Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University in Florida. And I'm majoring in aerospace engineering. I'm going to do an astronautics track. I would really, really love to work with like spacecraft design, even satellites. That's sort of the dream. I would love to like work for an industry that NASA contracts out of. So like a Lockheed Martin or like a SpaceX would be great. Yeah.
In case they're listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love, like, oh gosh, that would be the dream to get a job out of college with one of those industries.
So as a pilot, today we just happened to notice that it was the release of the original Top Gun movie,
Yeah.
which I'm assuming
And
you've
wings.
seen.
Yeah.
Do you have a call sign?
I actually don't have a call
I
sign.
think you might need one.
I think I might need one, but I have a few friends who have a call sign, and they're pretty funny. One of them is pre-calc because
Ooh.
they're all sort of mean, but she's not great at calculus, so her call sign's pre-calc because that's as high as she goes. But she's gonna have to learn. She's going to Embry-Riddle with me next year. She's going airline track, so she's gonna have to. I told her she's gonna have to learn the aviation calculus, or she's gonna have an issue.
Wow.
But I don't. I've sort of like flown under the radar with that a little bit.
Flown under the radar.
Oh, maybe
she's
that's
good.
my. Maybe that's. Yeah.
Now, once you get into the aerospace, are you looking to be a pilot or a test pilot, or is it just to get an idea of how craft operate?
Yeah, so this has been a conversation a lot brought up because a lot of the kids within when I was training for my private pilot want to go into the airlines. I wouldn't rule out professional piloting, but I think I want to be more on the technical side of things. And if I could be more on the astronautic side of aerospace, I would really love to work with like spacecraft or aircraft that are going like above Earth's atmosphere. I wouldn't rule out professional piloting. I don't know if airlines are for me, just the lifestyle. I sort of know I don't know if I want to be all over the place and worry about like seniority, but it's for some, it is for some people, and some people who get into it young and get that seniority, are working only 3 days a month and making six figures, and they love it. But I don't know. I think more the space side of things might be more my passion. Has always started there. I love aviation though too. So
How would you recommend someone who's interested, maybe after hearing you talk
Yeah.
about it, how would they get into it?
So I would definitely recommend looking at looking for a small airport in your area. I'm out of Meriden, Markham Municipal Airport. Like highly recommend. Their community is amazing. Go to a few EAA meetings. If you're interested in the military or in the Air Force side of things, go to a Civil Air Patrol meeting. Those are every Monday. Or just show up at the airport or at any airport. I've found within aviation that everyone is so supportive and they just want to bring you in, and if you have a passion for it, they just want to help you as much as they can and open as many doors for you. I personally have such an amazing role model. Her name is Constance Castillo. She was one of my 2 flight instructors, and she opened the doors to the EAA scholarship, to Civil Air Patrol. So she really was sort of the gateway for all of my opportunities. I'm so grateful for her. I probably wouldn't have been able to get this far without her, but I definitely say get involved in your community. EAA, there's multiple chapters at different airports. So if you're close to Meriden's amazing. I know other airports you will probably have a chapter. Yeah, so I would just say get involved. Like look for aviation groups. They're there. They're hidden, but they're there. Yeah.
Well, it's good to know, to bring some light to that. And
Yeah.
it sounds like for you, the sky's the limit. Thank you for coming in. Give us a little bit more information on you and the world of aerospace. And as always, for the show, she was Mama Manning. He was Tomlin. I'm still Amato. Good morning, Woodland.
It's a wild ride. Sports news and the daily updates, we're on your side. Special guests and interviews galore. We're taking over Woodland Regional. We're knocking down the door.
Every morning at 7 a.m.
Check us out on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram too. We're streaming on Spotify. We're reaching out to you. Join the Morning Mayhem crew.
Knocking down the door.